Remarks by the ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula that the party is not prepared to back down from its existing policies makes the dialogue futile and a waste of money.
There's a need for a dialogue, but perhaps even without the ANC. But because as long as that is the ANC's view, then there's no sense in any kind of dialogue because they are clearly not prepared to address the challenges.
The party says it will send its CEO to attend Friday and Saturday's convention as an observer instead. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News.
Ekurhuleni Executive Mayor Nkosi Ndiphile Xhakaza says the city is working to find owners allegedly collecting rent from illegal dwellers at some city-owned buildings. This comes as the city's housing department is currently conducting evictions at a block of flats in the Germiston CBD. Mayor Xhakaza says the removal of illegal occupants today forms part of the city's rejuvenation program.
As far as we're concerned is that what we've impressed upon the police now is to look for some of the instigators, because some of the people that are leading some of these invasions, they are known in communities. They come, they collect renters, and we must be assisted to actually find them.
Earlier today, tensions flared when angry residents threw a petrol bomb at a two-story home affairs building in the area, protesting over the evictions. A resident from Farrer Park says they are being unlawfully evicted, claiming they have proof that they were making payments on time. While the city insists residents were issued notices as early as June, one resident has told EWN that the Red Ants forcefully entered her home even though she isn't on the list.
The issue here is that most of us did not even hijack these houses. Some of us were told to make agreements to pay for these houses, and we actually started renting. Hence, when the list of the people who are supposed to be evicted and the list of the people that were supposed to who are not paying, we did not appear. Our house did not appear.
And Stats SA says 6 of 10 industries bled jobs in the second quarter of the year as the country registers another worrying increase to unemployment. The official unemployment rate rose to 33.3% from 31.9% in the previous quarter. Statistician General Risenga Maluleke released the quarter 2 jobs data today, where he addressed the potential impact of the US tariffs on some export industries.
I would say it's too early to tell if the tariffs that the US has imposed on South Africa are having an effect. It's quite early to tell. But one thing that we know also is that outside the tariffs is that agriculture is seasonal. So you look at your December times, there are times when you are planting and plowing and will always attract a lot of people. And
a partly cloudy Wednesday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Lerato Hufela, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited. Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored. High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions. And most importantly, independent in mind and execution. This is a normal response. Are you ready? Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Well, Robert, it's a Reaction Monday today. Firstly, Robert, let me talk about the news that surprised me about Quividi going to play overseas in Israel. I was so surprised, Robert. You know, Mr. Koza got a lot of surprises. I won't be surprised one day if we wake up and we heard that Orlando Pirates is being owned by another person. I won't be surprised because Koza got a lot of surprises.
Yes, the league is back. And of course, he has 3 points, 2 goals and 1 clean sheet.
Yes, PSL games are back, but it just started on a highest note, Robert. I was watching a game between Swelele and Golden Arrows, Robert. Robert.
Thank you so much. It looks like Siwelele winning the hearts and minds of so many neutrals, maybe not so neutral.
Miguel Cardoso being exposed for exactly what he is, and I was really waiting for this season to kick off because it's really going to show us exactly what Miguel Cardoso is made of. Along the way.
My Monday reaction with regard to Sundowns, it was an experiment that went wrong.
You remember when he took over from me, he changed everything and then he lost the job. Why we want to choose a player Masha and then they try to
All I can say you guys, it's match day 1 as far as the Betway Premiership is concerned, and already calling for the heads of coaches.
It's going to be a slaughterhouse when you go to play Siwelele. Thanks very much, Robert. Nice show.
Royal AM's multi-million rand deal with the Umsunduzi municipality has been declared unlawful. Cash and Sport Research and Advisory. Here's the director, Mobile Ndlovu.
They have been instructed to pay back the 27 million rand. And also, let's not forget that it wasn't just 27 million rand. It was 27 million rand plus the use of the stadium and also the maintenance of the stadium.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Oh, magic being made on the cricket grounds, ladies and gentlemen. We'll tell you about Dewald Brevis in just a second. We'll be heading off to the United Kingdom, where Henry Winter is standing by. And of course, the champ of champs is here in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is #MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
All right, let's take in that magical moment. Dewald Brevis has etched his name into the history books with a brilliant unbeaten 125, the highest T20 international score ever by a South African, as the Proteas leveled the series against Australia with a 53-run win at the Marawa Oval in Darwin. Now, Brevis' century came off just 41 balls, 41 balls, the second fastest in South African T20I history, and his final tally of 125 not out from 56 balls. Just an amazing knock, including 12 fours and 8 sixes, powering South Africa to 218 for 7, the highest T20I international total against Australia. Magical stuff.
Just for me, always, I believe God blessed me with a talent to play like that, to play aggressive, have ball striking. And since this last few years, this last year, since 28 December 2024, that's really where I made that commitment. I got a few people, they know who they are, who I trust. And the main thing was just to be the original Dewald and to be on that side of it. And every ball, wherever it is, to watch it and to hit it. So it's just happens. To be honest, I think that's just my natural way of hitting. I've hit thousands of balls and I just want to go out there, enjoy it and have fun and just watch it, and then if it's there, it happens. So I don't try to do it. I'm just trying to be myself, have fun and watch the ball, and then it happens. Just when I reached that century, the most important thing for me was it wasn't me, it's all God. I give it all to Him, all the glory, and He blessed me with a talent to play like that. And that's the first person who I gave all the glory to. So and then it was fun to just that moment. It was a special moment.
All glory to God. Well done. Congratulations, Dewald Brevis. An outstanding performance. 125 not out from 56 balls is something to celebrate. Getting into the history books is something else. All right, in a second, we're going to be joining the football writer and broadcaster, Henry Winter. He's all the way in the UK, but also live in studio. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's for the very first time that we have the EFL Gladiator, the pro champion, Patrick Starboy Ocheme. He's here in person, guys. We're not going to be talking to him via the phone or anything. He's here. We're very excited to be hosting Starboy. If you have any questions or comments for him and you've been following his career, please do the right thing. Send us those questions on the WhatsApp voice note number or directly in studio. We'll take those for you. Also, a big night football-wise, match day 2.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Ukhuluma noSibongeleni Wamkhwana kaMgaya Matafeni. Betway Premiership again, back in action today. I just wish my team Amazulu against Sundowns everything of the best. It won't be easy. We know Mamelodi Sundowns come back from that disappointing 1-0 draw with Ichipa United. So I expect them to come gun blazing in this game. But I hope that maybe we'll get even 1 point in Pretoria. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Bang in the back of the net. That means Siso Kutumela makes it 2 for South Africa.
Let's go worldwide now. Mthokozi Sitube is on standby in Kampala. Bafana have done what in that 90 minutes?
I mean, Guinea all over us. Bafana didn't play the best game. They just scored the goal. But Guinea played the football, So I think going forward, you really want to see better performances. Guinea, more shots on target. No smile, but I take the result.
Do you think Coach will have a bit of a smile given the end result, despite you saying that the dominance was on the side of Guinea?
We want to see better performances, a more hungry team. I mean, this is a team of players who are obviously looking for teams. A lot of them are looking for teams. I mean, Guinea had 21 shots, Bafana had 2 shots,
Sure.
#MSW. #MSW.
All right, so we'll talk about some of the local games in the Betway Premiership tonight. The defending champions, the Mamelodi Sundowns, as he says, are going to be playing against Amazulu. Maromo Gallants play against Orlando Pirates. Orbit College take on Siwelele. Unfortunately, Siwelele fans are going to have to make a trek on this one. It's not a home game for you. But most importantly, though, tonight the Premier League trembles. Alexander Isak, that's Newcastle's marquee striker, is reportedly done. Adamant that he'll never represent the Magpies again. So what's his home? I don't know, it's kind of vacated. What's his future? Is he really Liverpool bound? But this is a power play or a personal reckoning. I have no idea. And to help us to decode the drama, we are joined by one of UK's most respected voices in football, a writer, broadcaster, sharp-eyed analyst, Henry Winter. I mean, he's covered the game's biggest stories, and tonight he is with us to unpack the Isak saga from right deep down inside. Let's go to Leicester in the UK. Henry Winter, great to chat to you. Good evening.
Good evening from a trembling England.
Why are you guys trembling, Henry?
Because of this Isak saga. It has got all of Newcastle trembling, and it's got all of Liverpool trembling with excitement.
Is it excitement, though? Because, I mean, one way you wake up, Henry, it's going this direction, and then we told, no, it's not going to happen. No, they're not going to accept that offer. No, this is not going to happen. I have no idea. I mean, I've gone a bit dizzy. Can you help us?
Yeah, it's like being on a spinning merry-go-round. But I think the direction of travel has been very much heading from the northeast of England to the northwest of England, from St James's Park to Anfield, for Alexander Isak, ever since he pretty much ruled himself out of Newcastle's pre-season tour, and ever since he didn't go and sort of regain fitness or go into training at Newcastle's training ground, but went to his old club in Spain, Real Sociedad. So I think the direction of travel has been very clear, and all the evidence today is that he's really pushing even firmly towards getting there.
And what are the numbers here?
Well, the numbers in sterling are, Liverpool have bid 110 million. Newcastle are basically saying they won't count, they've not said this publicly, but they won't countenance anything under 150 million pounds. I would imagine at some point there'll be a compromise around 135 million. Liverpool are spending a lot at the moment. They're likely to bring in imminently Mark Gay from Crystal Palace to bolster their defence. They've obviously spent a lot anyway on Ekitike and Kirkes and Frimpong and players like that. And, they were champions anyway. So the reason why we're trembling is everyone's looking at the Premier League and thinking, can Arsenal respond? Can Manchester City respond?
Oh, but it's been like a seesaw, like you happily described early on. I mean, was there a fallout? If we're looking from outside looking in, here's a player, everybody really wanted him if he was going to be up for sale. But was there a fallout between Isak as well as Newcastle? I mean, what was the final straw?
I don't think there was a fallout as such. I mean, the suggestions from Isak's end is that he told the club last year that this was going to be his last season. We don't know that for fact. Newcastle would dispute that. Plus also some of his comments during the season indicated that he was very happy at Newcastle. Eddie Howe, the very good head coach there, has improved him as a player. The fact that he arrived for 55 or so million pounds, and now you can stick another 100 million on that, shows how much that he's developed in that time. So, yeah, it's very frustrating for Newcastle. But, this is the world, particularly the football world. Loyalty doesn't really exist in dressing rooms, certainly in the modern era. And he will be going to a bigger club, probably for, a few more quid. But it's the more chance of glory, I think, sporting glory that he wants.
Yeah, I mean, just lifting those trophies would do so much for him. But how much of this, though, Henry, is him asserting control over his career? And how much is frustration with club direction or management a factor at all? Or is it just him saying, listen, I've told the club this before. This is what I really want to do. And I am taking charge over my career.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, he effectively does have charge. It's his career, and it's a short career. He's 25. He's probably got another 7 years at elite level. It's a year which is going into a World Cup, and he wants to be in the best form for that. But also, he is an employee. He's got 3 years left on his contract. Newcastle, who have very powerful Saudi owners, could say, right, we're going to stick you in the reserves, and all you're going to see is the time during the day and the training grounds at night. So, but I just think that we know the world we live in. You're right, the players do have a lot of power. It's absolutely pointless keeping a player like that, paying him whatever it is, 9-10 million quid a year for sitting around and doing the crossword. So, yeah, I imagine that it will be pushed very soon. But Newcastle fans, you've got to feel sympathy for them because they've had a terrible transfer window. They had the high of winning a trophy last season, ending all those years of hurt, and now they're about to lose their best player in a fairly demeaning fashion.
Yeah, but I was going to ask, how much of this, Henry, will destabilize Eddie Howe's project?
Well, I think as the saga rumbles on, absolutely it will. If they decide, the Saudis say, right, we are going to stick you with your contract, we're going to stick you in the reserves, that will just make the whole thing continue and fester all season. Every one of Eddie Howe's press conferences will be dominated by questions about Alexander Isak. Is he a prisoner? What is exactly going on with him? So I think the sooner that this is established, the better. And Liverpool come up with the money, he moves on, and then Eddie Howe can focus on the pre-season. And do remember that in, 2 games' time, or the third round of the Premier League fixtures, Liverpool are due at Newcastle United. That he'll get quite a lively reception if he runs out Alexander Isak as a Liverpool player.
But we watched the Community Shield, and I don't know how much of that you made of anything. Sometimes it's seen as almost like a prestigious, friendly game, but there's a lot that you can learn from it. And with Isak potentially coming in, is he a player that on his slot really needs, and for things to change in that department?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think they do need him. And even though Hugo Ekitike had a very good game at centre forward and built up a very good understanding with Florian Wirtz, who was playing as like a sort of number 10, but also as an 8 as well. But if Ekitike goes to the left, Mo Salah's obviously on the right, and then you have Isak in the centre. That is an absolutely fantastic attack. That's just phenomenal. The movement, the creativity, the assists, the goals, the work ethic of those 4 players will be absolutely huge and make Liverpool even more favourites, and probably favourites for the Champions League as well.
Now, could this be Liverpool's statement signing?
They keep making statement signings,
You can't keep
up
now.
Ekitike. They bought Florian Wirtz. The amount of times I've written articles saying another statement signing by Liverpool, but it does sort of have echoes for your older viewers of Liverpool in the late 70s when they were the dominant force in the world, when they sold Kevin Keegan to Hamburg in 1977 for £500,000, and then they bought Kenny Dalglish, now Sir Kenny Dalglish, Liverpool's probably their greatest ever player, for £440,000. So Liverpool do have a tradition of strengthening when in a position of strength, and they've certainly done it to their title-winning team.
And just what's been the general media narrative, though, in the UK around this story, Henry?
The general media narrative has been sort of excitement, boredom, distraction. wishing the whole thing would hurry up and finish, because it's one of those stories that sort of inched on, and you kind of knew where it was going to end up. History shows that players, when they behave like this and their agents behave like this, they tend to get their move. We Liverpool fans know what happened with Raheem Sterling when he left there. And also Brentford fans will say, well, actually, we're going through with this with Johan Wissa at the moment, who Newcastle United are interested in. So what goes around comes around. But I think there's a desire for the whole thing to come out in the open, for the deal to be done, and then we can all get on with talking about what goes on the pitch.
Just as a final one, how difficult is it going to be for Liverpool to really defend this league title?
It would be much easier if they get Isak. I think that, they've strengthened at fullback. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold was a loss, but Frimpong comes in there. Frimpong also, he can play further forward, and Liverpool know they're going to lose Mo Salah to AFCON for probably about 5 or 6 games, depending on how well Egypt do. So they're such a well-run club in terms of recruitment, in terms of money that they maximise, in terms of their sales. You look at Darwin Núñez going to Saudi for £50 million, and he's been really a damp squib at Liverpool. They're good at selling, and by and large, the odd Darwin Núñez apart, they're fantastic at recruiting. So, yeah, they'll even be more favourites for the title.
Yeah, can't even talk about Jack Grealish and what it means for him to switch over to Everton. But Henry Winter, certainly going to be chatting to you further in the next couple of days and weeks as well. Keep reading, keep following on social media. X at Henry Winter is in the UK at Leicester. As always, thank you so much, Henry, for the insight.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much indeed. That's football writer and broadcaster Henry Winter chatting to us right here on #MSW. After the break, though, hey... Paul Champ is in the studio. Patrick Starboy, your chairman. I'm looking forward to this.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Namaste. Welcome to the Ford Territory Ambiente Review. Let's settle into comfort. Stretch your paw like me in downward facing dog and find the adjustable steering column for the best driving position. Manual 6-way adjustable driver's seat for maximum comfort and alignment. Breathe and feel the cool flow from the rear air vents and inner peace achieved.
The Ford Territory Ambiente, the car for today's family, approved by even the toughest critics. Visit a Ford dealer today.
Ntwana, look at the wheels on that ride.
Hey, those will slap on my car when I get my cash back in just 2 years.
My cash back?
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah, bro.
So, no waiting 3 years to get something out?
Not with my cash back from My Way.
Introducing My Cashback from My Way. Stay claim-free for just 2 years and get 10% of your premiums back to live your way. Go to myway.co.za and get a quote today. My Cashback is a feature on qualifying products paid after 2 claim-free years and all premiums paid. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply.
Shane. Do you have a sore throat? The Andalex range of lozenges offers 2 options. At the first signs of an irritated, scratchy throat, use Andalex lozenges for dual-action, soothing relief. But for a painful, inflamed throat, use Andalex C lozenges for triple-action, pain relief. Andalex, SA's #1 choice for a sore mouth and throat. Andalex lozenges are available at all leading pharmacies and supermarkets.
Just Andalex it. Every night the tension builds. Will they take the deal or risk it all? Stay locked to Deal or No Deal. Weeknights at 6:30 p.m. on SABC2. Life-changing prizes are just one choice away. Fortune favors the bold. Will you deal? Brought to you by LottoStar.
LottoStar is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Birthdays are a big deal, and parties don't throw themselves. It's pinkies up, wallets out for One Day Only's birthday sale. Remember to mind your manners. Don't be late, download the app. The only thing worse than double dipping? Double paying. And always remember, say dankie for itani. Shop onedayonly.co.za's birthday sale. 15 years of big deals.
Here comes the smart shopper, smart shopper. 300k winner, smart shopper. Smart to shop in the area, smart shopper. Still swiping like that, smart shopper.
Pick and Pay Smart Shopper Price Palooza is back. Means double points, crazy deals, and the chance to win 100k every day.
Tap, tap, ASAP, you know. Or go in store for show. Crazy deals on show. Uh-oh, cha-cha-chain, chain.
Valid 4 August to 7 September 2025. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
The Royal AM's multi-million rand deal with the Umsunduzi municipality has been declared unlawful. Cash and Sport Research and Advisory. He is the director, Nobile Ndlovu.
Why was it that Royal AM was asked to repay the money when they were just given the money by the municipality? Part of the issue is that within the municipality's rules, there are two sections, Section 217 of the Constitution and the Paja section of the Constitution. Both of those relate to services. Now, what the the municipality had tried to do was to try and make this seem as though they were trying to get services of marketing, promotion, and tourism from the team. They never went through a process of essentially putting that out to tender, and they flouted the process essentially. Completely unlawful in the way that it was given to Royal AM, which is why it's become such a major issue.
Pay me what you want it. #MSW. #MSW.
Evening, Darop. Darop, if history is anything to go by, I think this is the last time we speak of Isak as one of the top strikers in the world. If what is happening doesn't go his way, I think that's the last time we speak of him as one of the best strikers we've seen in the modern day era. So we hope that whatever is happening will be on his side ukuze akwazi ukuthi athole i-career yakhe iqhubeke the way ngakhona. And I think one of the reasons why he's forcing a move out, I think he feels ukuthi Newcastle are not as ambitious as him. They're not challenging for honors like he wants them to be. So that's why he's kind of forcing the move away from the club. But with the 3-year contract, Rob, and with the attitude that we are hearing is giving the club, I don't think there'll be clubs coming for him at the present moment. Croatia is always the Rob sharp.
Yeah, speculation. That's the word going around. But hey, trust me, he will end up where he wants to be at Anfield. And that's the end of the story. And that is why tonight we bring you the roar of Johannesburg, the pulse of Africa, as well as the rise of a warrior whose fists do all the talking. Well, you and I can remember how he stormed into PFL Africa on a wave of destruction. I mean, 3 straight TKOs. And on Saturday night, under the bright lights of the main event, he went the distance against Guinea's Mohamed Kamara and came out on top. Unanimous decision. Streak was intact. Now, Patrick Starboy Cheme marches into the featherweight semi-finals against Burkina Faso's Abdul Razak Sankara with his eyes fixed on the smart cage in Benin this December. And the title, of course, of a PFL African champion. You can smell it. From football boots to fight gloves, from South African Shidokan Karate champion to Muay Thai pro. I mean, he's gone from local hero to continental contender. That's the way we like it. Continental contender. And that is why Patrick Starboy is here. Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling great. Very excited.
You wouldn't say you did that well. I mean, you're still recovering.
Nah, there was no injuries at all in the fight. I like walking in there and coming there like nothing happened.
How do you manage that?
Well, some things are hard to explain. I feel like it's just God's gift. It just comes natural. So, yeah.
I mean, I always thought, okay, boxing, you can get away with that, but mixed martial arts is a little bit difficult.
Well, yeah, you could say that. The thing is, I got a lot of qualities that was given to me by God naturally.
Yeah.
Like I got good footwork, I got not good fight IQ, and then I got good head movement, and I got the ability to be able to pace myself really well, and being able to be in front of my opponent, just like they say, you can see me now you can't,
Wow.
So I have that ability of doing such stuff like that, and I like messing with my opponent's head. getting into your head, making you feel comfortable that you think that, oh, now I got him, now I got nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
Then boom, I'm out of your way.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I mean, you're able to preempt your opponent's move.
I try to.
Yeah.
Not easy, but yeah. Then.
And sometimes, how closely do you study your opponents?
The one thing I want to focus more on is I want to dance with you depending on how you want to dance with me. Because it's fight style that beat fight style.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not all the same. We don't fight the same way. So it doesn't matter how much of a video I check or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna approach me. You're gonna approach the fight against me the same way you did in your previous time. So I'm always ready to expect the unexpected.
I go back to the weekend. I mean, there you are with Mohamed Kamara. It's a unanimous decision that comes through. So you obviously got everything right as far as he was concerned. Why was it in your mind something that came out as a unanimous decision?
Before Gordon, man, my plan was to actually finish him. That was my plan. I'm a finisher by nature, and respect to my opponent. Like when I look into his eyes, I saw a lot of fire inside, and I saw this guy is willing to die there in the cage. That was the only way. And then he said he was going to dominate me. And before the fight, I said it only takes an handful of people in the whole world that can actually dominate me. But I'm glad he was able to experience what other people have been experiencing, that I could be in front of you for 15 minutes and you won't touch me. But regardless, I did try to finish him. I went with a lot of knees on the body. Like, I did try to really hurt him with the elbows, with the cleans, the knees and stuff. But then he kept on coming forward to the point that he did something that I usually don't do. I don't get tired in a fight. And then I blame myself because my coach said I was really, really trying hard to get a KO. I shouldn't have done that. It should have come naturally like I always do. But then for a warrior that looked at me and said to me, no matter what, Patrick, you're not going to finish me. He kept on saying that.
What, during the fight?
Before the fight and during the fight. He said, you won't finish me. And
so he was almost daring you, saying, you know, you're not going to do anything to me.
He said, I'm not going to finish him, So even despite the fact that I gave him a lot of beating, because he was just there for me to beat him up, but then I got tired beating him up, which I wasn't supposed to. And then I'm glad that I learned something from that fight. Going forward, I'm just going to be better.
So the difficulty in knocking him out like you would normally do was what? He was just, more psyched up mentally there? Or was it a physical one? Just take me through how, like your camp was saying, that maybe you tried a little bit too hard to get that, to knock him out and it didn't work out. But for you, what do you think was the difficulty in doing it?
I think I did everything I was supposed to do, in my opinion. It's just, they say man proposes and God disposes. I felt like it was God's plan for the fight to go distance, and he actually earned the fact that I wasn't able to finish him. Because it's not because I didn't try to. I did try to hurt him, which I hurt him, but then he was brave enough, it was strong enough. It's just like it was on drugs, like really, the way he kept on coming at me, and I'm like, nigga, stay down, Even in round two, when I dropped him with a jab and it went down, and I was grounding and pounding him, I switched from the armor feet to the elbows, and nigga is still there, and the referee was like, you must show me you want to be here, you need to move, and it was like, I'm still okay. I'm like, you can still talk, come on, man. I did try everything else, and respect to him, and really respect.
All right, respect to the listeners as well. When he says that word, hey, we apologize for that. We withdraw that on radio. We'll take it to the cage. Don't worry. Patrick is here, and as is describing, man, you can tell the intensity of the fight that is still there. I think I saw, Vusi, the cameraman, he almost ran out of the room. Unable to take the heat there. I mean, you were running pretty much a streak of 3 straight TKOs. I mean, how important is that for you? How important is that for the records?
I want to be known as a guy that can knock anybody out, regardless of how strong you are, how smart you are, how good you are, and how much experience you have. And then I also know that in this line of job, it takes a lot, and I didn't just want to be another fighter. I want to be known as one of the best strikers in the world, and it's very demanding. So in order for me to achieve that, the easiest way for me to get publicity, to be noticed, it's by finishing people. My last 3, maybe 5 before the one I had now, I got KOs and TKOs, which was really good. But then I'm on a different level now. I'm coming from the EFC now to the PFL, where they chose the 8, according to them, they chose 8 best athletes in each division. Right, so it means I will no longer be competing with just other fighters, but the very best, And so to be the best, you need to beat the best. And like I once said something in one of my videos. I said there's a huge difference between a good fighter and a champion. A champion always look for a way to win regardless, and that's what I did. The aim is to get a maximum result, which is to win. And it's not like I won in a split decision whereby you would say, the fight was so close. You could say that he kept on coming, respect to him, but I kept on, I did everything.
So you knew when you lined up that it was going to be unanimous, or did you have a little bit of doubt?
I tried to finish him towards the end. I went for a rear naked choke, but then because of the strength of my cardio, I got a little bit tired, which I wasn't expecting. Because that was my first fight in featherweight. I had to cut 19 kilos for that fight. So usually I fight at lightweight, and lightweight I'm a lot stronger. But then now that I know that I can make the weight, and I know that the recovery also was good, so it means that I can actually go back in getting my knockout again going forward.
True, but if you have to lose 19 kilos, that's a lot. What does that do, though, to your stamina? Like you say, your endurance then obviously changes.
I was able to pick up 11 kilos before the fight. My reaction was good.
Yeah.
So me getting tired there in the cage has nothing to do with the weight cut. But those people look at it like it's the weight cut that made so much difference.
Yeah.
But now I'm saying, I'm owning up to the fact that the reason why I got tired was because of my coach asked me to spend time on the mat doing wrestling and grappling, because I knew I was a better grappler and a better wrestler than my opponent. Right. So I didn't think the fight was going to go to the ground. I was more worried about making weight than actually focusing on what I needed to do in the fight camp. So my coach said, if you stick to what I tell you, the diet plan and everything else, you will make weight. Not like I didn't believe him, but because I've never been that low before. Sure. So I didn't want to come out there and then I'm the main event and I wasn't even able to make weight. So I focused a lot more on the making weight than actually in the fight camp.
So what was your fight weight?
I weighed in 65.6.
65.6?
Yeah.
Hey.
So I cut 7 kilos the day before the weigh-in, so that was a lot. 36 hours, no food, no water.
How do you do it?
Just change of diet.
No, how do you do it? I want to do that tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. For you to,
you did it overnight, so
yeah,
I want to know.
But remember, for the last 6 weeks, I've been on a strict diet. Eating more protein and less carbs. So then the week to the fight, I was only having chicken breast, but then no salt, no sauce, and then boiled egg, 1 or 2 boiled eggs, avocado, and that was it for a week. And an apple when I'm about to go and train. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't nice at all. So that made it easy. And 7 days to the weigh-ins, I had to do water loading. So that from 3 liters to 5 liters to 7 and then 8 liters. So those are the things that made it easier for me to make weight.
So what was the first meal you had after the fight?
Oh, after rehydrating,
the
first meal I had was my favorite food, which was semo and egusi mixed with ogbono soup.
Oh, egusi. Where do you get that? Do you make it?
No, I bought it. There's a restaurant there in Joburg that I went to get it. Yeah.
Oh, good old Joburg. Which is the best restaurant now? Give me some inside track.
If I'm to be honest, I don't know the name.
Yeah.
But I just know I know where it is, and I know the food is really good.
Okay. We're going to be heading off to Yeovil after this.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Fulfilan here, and good evening to Mr. Body Shoulders. And good evening to the star boy himself, Patrick Ocheme. I just want to ask, because you were in different, can I say, fighting companies, because you were doing scuffle combat, you were on the EFC, you are currently in the PFL. Is there a difference in terms of, the different fighting competitions that you've been with? And did you at some stage look back at your past fights and figure out, okay, I'm in a different company, I need to change my style of fighting? Or did you feel that the way that you fight right now, that has always been the trademark of Patrick Ocheme, and this is what I'm going to stick with? That is what I want to find out from you. Great show as always. Thanks.
Levelang, thank you so much, champ.
There is a huge difference between fighting at Scaffold Search and then fighting at the EFC and now the PFL. So, and when I started at the Scaffold Search, I was still very new in MMA, in the world of MMA, because I'm naturally a kickboxer that joined mixed martial arts. So, and it was a beautiful experience I had there in my time at Scaffold Search. Going into the EFC, I was there at the EFC just so that I could make a statement, because I don't just want to rush and say I want to go fight for at the UFC or to the PFL and say I want to be a world champion. I want to make sure that I dominate everybody in Africa. That's the only way. I want to be crowned the African champion without anybody having any doubt about it. So when I got an opportunity to compete at the PFL Africa, I was like, why not? Let me go there and see how good I really am, at least to, they say we are all entitled to our own opinion until we are proven otherwise. So I knew that in the world of MMA, there's still some few things that I'm still working on. And I'm glad it's still a work in progress and I'm still doing well, because I could guarantee you in stand-up and kickboxing, nobody would beat me in this earth. In my division, that's a promise.
On earth?
So on earth, in my division, that's a promise. Only when I'm proven otherwise. And then in the world of MMA, I said to my coach, there'll be a moment that if I get to a certain category or if I achieve some certain things in the sport of MMA, that's when I could look back and say, now, nobody will beat me in MMA. But for right now, if I say I want to be one of the best strikers in the world, there shouldn't be anybody that should be a threat to me in this tournament. Respect to everybody else. And with regards to my fight style, I'm still working on a lot of things. What you saw there, it's me fighting according to the way my dancing partner was dancing with me. So I don't have a specific way of fighting different people, but I like going with the flow at the same time, trying to figure my opponent out as soon as I could. Because as soon as I figure you out, the fight is over. For my opponent, for the fact that he kept on coming forward, and that guy is a tank. Respect, man. He's a tank. Because with my knees, I hurt his body. And I'm sure he got a lot of broken ribs there and stuff, because I really hurt him really badly, even on the face. But he kept on coming. Not everybody could do that, like really. Sure. So it's easy to say, I will be in front of Patrick and I will survive. He said he was going to dominate me. But what happened? He was coming forward, but I dominated him in every minute of the fight. So yeah, there you have it.
I'm going to go for a break, but in a yes or no, is Abdul Razak Kamara good?
My opponent?
Yeah.
Yes, he is good.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
We don't remember moments for what was said or done. We remember them for how they made us feel. That's the power of presence, of showing up. So when you drive something that shows up too. With LED projector headlights, a panoramic sunroof, a touchscreen to keep your focus forward, and a reverse camera that's always got your back. The Suzuki Grand Vitara isn't just an SUV.
It's a premium experience built for every moment. Visit suzukiauto.co.za to live the grand life.
You work hard for your business. Why work even harder to fund it? At Lula, we've streamlined our funding process by cutting down paperwork and eliminating collateral to give you up to 5 million rand in as little as 24 hours. To us, it's not just about fast funding. It's about offering a business class experience to the people that build South Africa, one transaction at a time. Apply today and experience business class banking and funding at lula.co.za.
Before this commercial, this auntie used to wish for miracles.
Now I am the miracle on wheels. Thanks to Lottoland, I've been the Oprah of Oudtshoorn. You get new school shoes. You get a gas heater. You get out of that toxic relationship. Groceries, flat tires. I'll sort everything. This scooter's got a basket in the front and blessings in the back. And Bluetooth.
Do you want to be an Auntie Betsy? Lottoland changes lives.
Fly Safe's Business Booster is back to help elevate and celebrate small local businesses. Enter now at flysafe.co.za. Tell us about your business, and you could be one of 6 standout enterprises to win 10 return business class flights plus brand exposure across FlySafe's various platforms. Whether you're making, creating, or innovating, we're here to help your business not just take off, but skyrocket. FlySafe, for the love of flying. T's and C's apply.
Get more unbeatable winter value this Big Deal Wednesday at Food Lovers Market. Buy 2 broccoli pre-packs for just 39 Rand and get 2 1 kg carrot thrift packs absolutely free. And enjoy Food Lovers boneless gammon at only 79.99 per kilo. Now that's great value. These and many more incredible deals valid this Wednesday only at all Inland Food Lovers Market stores. It's in the experience.
Dear Journal, trying to be an adult day 3731. I'm really struggling to explain my parents to my therapist. Might send him to live with them so he can see for himself. What if he ends up in therapy too? Wait, what if they love him more than me?
Finally learning about mental health. Get covered at pineapple.co.za. It's convenient and like 19 Rand a day, so it's 100% the insurance for you. Underwritten by Old Mutual Alternative Risk Transfer Insurer Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP. Premiums are risk profile dependent.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Pirates coach must also learn that pressing the reset button very early comes with repercussions.
You know, Mr. Rob, I was against signing of this coach Waldo. I was expecting Rulani to coach Pirates. So the coach is throwing away the points early. So Pirates must focus about the league.
Forget about the league with this coach. I mean, after match day 1, guys, is that enough to say? People have been watching Orlando Pirates.
I was not really impressed by the new Orlando Pirates coach. First of all, he has his experienced players on the bench and some on the stands. This really did not really make sense for me. Why are you trying to fix something which was never broken?
#MSW. #MSW.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Patrick. Congratulations on your victory. But quick one on my side, Patrick. With MMA and UFC growing significantly, do you think the sport has got the potential to be enrolled into one of the Olympic sports? And what is it that is required for the sports to grow to that level where you see MMA or UFC fighters competing at the Olympics level? Thank you so much, Tebohoya.
Hey, an important question, Deboka. Thank you so much indeed. If you're just joining us, Patrick Starboy Ocheme, SA Shadowcan champion and also EFL Gladiators Pro champion, is here with me after a very, very successful weekend that is just come out of. Olympic sports, do you think? Yes or no?
In the future, yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah.
You think so?
I believe so.
Why? Why do you think it's not there yet?
Because in Africa, MMA is still very, very small.
Yes.
You know, because there are not a lot of productive promotions that are actually helping out on the sport. Like here in SAs, we're privileged to have the likes of Versus. They actually given a platform for upcoming fighters to actually go there and showcase their talent and stuff. And then the mistake with most upcoming amateur fighters here in Africa is that we focus more on just getting a win instead of actually working on improving. You know, like every time you fight, you need to level up. Is what people don't understand. Getting a win, it's one thing, but working on 10 different things in fight camp, if you have the ability to be able to do one of it, that's a win for you as an amateur fighter. Because for you to do one of those 10, it means that you were brave enough to try it. And if it works out for you, even better. So getting your hand raised should be a bonus, because your amateur record doesn't really count.
Yeah.
You know, because training is one thing, but taking the way you train to the way you fight, it's absolutely different. You know, so if we local guys can get more opportunities, like in other countries, not just South Africa, because we got guys coming from Zambia, guys coming from Angola to compete here at Versus. If other African countries as well can have active promotion that are actually hosting this, it will make it easier for the Olympics to also include mixed martial art in the sport. But that's why I said that they need to level up first, because we don't want to see African guys they're competing in that level and then they're making us look bad. So that's.
But I mean, I'm looking at PFL Africa, and I'm saying it's making big waves right now. I mean, is it the one thing that we needed on the continent right now, just to showcase to the international world how great the fighters are here on the continent?
Yeah, because the PFL Africa, they actually changed a lot of people's life, myself included, because just a while ago, it was a dream to compete in such promotion, especially fighting in such huge crowd, We used to get in few amount of people watching stuff. And then now some they get fright stage, they get the stage fright and stuff like that. But then the PFL made it a lot easier. When I was at home watching the event in Cape Town, I was like, wow.
You felt like you were to be there.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I couldn't just help it. I'm like, I'll be the one headlining the one in Johannesburg. Am I dreaming or is it really, really happening? And then when I start seeing my pictures on the billboard, I'm like, huh? Oh no, this is really happening. So just imagine the feeling that I was having and the feeling of the other fighters, like my teammates and guys from other gyms that believes in me, that they saw me when I started doing this. Or they see the way I've been improving bit by bit and they inspired by that. And now they saw me participating at the PFL. It's game changing. It changes the way they see things, So now it gives them even more reason for them to want to work more and improve more and perform. Not everybody have to be like the Conor McGregor, whereby we want to be rude to people or be so arrogant and stuff. You don't necessarily have to do all of that. You can be humble and respect people and do what you need to do and go there and entertain the crowd, because it's not about just going there to fight. It's about showing up and entertaining. The crowd needs to love what you're giving them, So that's why I feel like the PFL Africa, it's what they're doing now. I pray they don't stop. I pray they don't get bankrupt, so that they could keep on.
They will never get bankrupt,
I
can tell you.
It costs a lot of money,
I know it is.
To host something like this,
But your leadership, the CEO, the man that's in charge. I mean, I've seen his vision. I've heard him talk. Just yesterday, he was chatting to everybody just down the road here, the Primedia setup that we had, and the masterclass which was being conducted, and we had a one-on-one, and the vision that he has, I was just like, this man knows what he's talking about. And I was internally excited, because when you start to see that growth as an African, it says a lot about the potential and where it will end up. And then you can start dreaming now about Benin. You can start dreaming about the smart cage. Have you started going there? I mean, is your mind in a way starting to think Benin?
Right before I signed the contract, right? Because I've been saying a prayer before I even got the PFL contract, because my prayer is I don't want to lose from now for 3 years, right? Because to achieve what I want to achieve, it's very, very demanding, you know? So, and the fact that I'm in the PFL now, and it means I can't lose, right? So I've already crowned myself the PFL African champion.
You've crowned yourself?
Yes. When I pray, I've already crowned myself the PFL African champion. It's just for me to go there and claim it physically.
So you visualized it already?
Yes, I already did that already. So what I'm trying to say is this is just a journey that I have to take. But this is not where I want to be at. You get me? Because I want to be a world champion. And that is very, very demanding. You feel me? So this is just a platform for me to tell myself that, no, I believe that I am the best in Africa. And I just have to go and prove it to the world and to confirm that, yes, indeed, I have the belt around my waist. That is the proof that I need to say that now I can go to the next level, which is to go compete in the world. So this being in Benin, it's something that I've already seen myself there, God's willing. So now it's just the physical aspect of it. Emotionally and spiritually, I've already claimed it that no, this is my destiny. I'm destined to achieve this. and I'm going to get it God's way.
Phew, and a lot of people that are listening to the interview here see Wendy Lemtana on X says that I see the beast with full of confidence, a champ that's a Patrick Ocheme, and no doubt that his path is clear for him to achieve more MMA game. He says he's dominant in the ring. It doesn't just make him a better fighter, but has earned him respect to the game. And everybody talks about you, the rising star, the rising star. How do you deal with this pressure now that you face on a daily basis?
I don't see it as pressure. I see it as a motivation, because if people are believing that I'm the next rising star in Africa, and it means I'm doing something right. It means I'm on the right path. So I take it as a motivation because since I was a little boy, I've always believed that I'm destined for greatness. I thought it was going to be through soccer, but then, like I said, man proposes, God disposes. So I feel like God used the soccer to prepare me for this path. And so right now that I'm getting all of these positive signs and all of these positive comments and opportunities like this, I just want to take advantage of it to keep on doing what I do. And thankfully, I have the best coach I could ever ask for. The likes of Dwayne Meredith and Crew Leonard as well. So those two guys, they make sure that I improve in my stand-up and in my ground. So whenever I'm in fight camp or whenever I'm training, every week, every day, if they are happy with whatever I'm doing, then I'm happy. Because I know if I'm on the right path, they tell me, Pat, this is wrong. Or now you're slowing down or you're doing this. It's not working for you. Because I don't want to get comfortable. I really don't want. It's more than just about being rich in the sport. Yeah. I want to put my whole family name on the world's map. So it's bigger than me. This journey, it's bigger than just me. It's not about me. It's about my whole family, It's about the kid that I have now and the one that I'm still going to have in the future. It's about a generational stuff, So, and then I didn't start this when I was a kid, but I've been an athlete since I was a child. Yeah. So now and I've never joked with anything because my late father, may so rest in peace, always says, anything worth having, it's worth working out for. So anything worth doing at all is worth doing it properly. So that's why giving an opportunity in front of me, I make sure I take advantage of it. And I pray a lot as well.
What about the brand though? Because Starboy can't just be Starboy, it gets lost. Surely somebody who's dealing with your brand, or maybe you deal with it personally, is ensuring that you are marketable, that you get endorsements, that, you are seen visibly, wearing, the right gear, for example. Is that a process that has started? Is that something that you envision becoming bigger and bigger? I don't know at what stage it might be right now.
3 years ago, I would say, because there's a guy called Sheldon Robert, the one that got me into fighting. So he spoke about me being big in the social medias because it goes a long way in the sport. It's more than just you knowing how to fight.
Yes.
So we've started, with the help of Mr. Rian from Blue Monkey. We also have Mr. Devon as well. They've been helping me out there and there, trying to make sure that, they say you used to say you fake it until you make it, but I say you faith it until you make it. So, and they've been trying to help me look like a big star even when I was nothing, because they've always believed in me, and I play my part, which is to just improve there and there wherever I could. And then now I met Dwayne Meredith, which is the best in the game, and Crew Leonard as well, which are my coaches. They're also playing their own part as well. Then my manager called Jason is a boss. He's a really, really top G.
Makes it happen.
Yeah, he's the one that makes all of this possible for me, So then now I got last time Mr. Daniel, the PFL, trying to help me also there. They're trying to help me to build my profile, growing from scratch. So I'm open to whoever want to help me grow in the sport, really.
Love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Just very quickly, some of our shareholders here who listen to the show, they've given me a few questions. They want me to ask you very, very quickly, just one word answer. One word answer.
Okay.
All right? We agree.
Okay.
Knockout or submission?
Knockout.
Favorite South African dish?
I love chicken stew.
Favorite African dish?
Egusi and semo.
First sporting hero?
First sporting hero, Israel Adesanya.
Song that gets you hyped before a fight?
Any nice Afrobeat.
Tougher opponent in football or in MMA?
Football, I would say Pule Estienne. Who was former playing the Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
Then in fighting, it's Eliesa Kubanse, the only guy I've lost to.
Did Pule Exton give you a shibobo nutmeg? Did he do that? Yeah.
No. He never did that. You know, I'm the one person that he could say he never dribbled past. I'm the one person. But then it was...
So how far did he go with the football? Because I know that you were very good.
Yeah, I was supposed to sign with Chiefs with him 2014, but then my agent really made things didn't go my way because he wanted more money, and then I didn't have that much profile to get the amount of money he wanted me to earn.
So you could have signed for Chiefs.
Yeah. It's a lot of teams, Chiefs, Platinum Stars, Black Leopards, Mbombela United. Yeah, I should have signed for those teams.
But you're happy where you are, though?
I'm grateful.
Sure. If you weren't fighting, you'd be what?
I was almost certain that I was going to be one of the best players in the world, one of the best defenders in the world. Yeah, because my dream was to become a UEFA Champions League player.
Wow.
I'm still that good. You know, just that I feel like God used soccer to prepare me for this journey. But then I'm still good. I still play soccer.
Yeah, no one would want to mess with you in the change room, boss. That's for sure. That is for sure. I want to thank you so much, man. Patrick, what an absolute honor. What a privilege having you here in the studio. And hey, let's go to Benin, man. Let's go shake things up. Let's get the title.
Go. That's the spirit. Let's go.
Let's go get this, man. Remember the name. It's a Patrick Starboy Ocheme, my champion, our champion, the continent's champion.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much indeed. Keep shining, sir.
Thank you very much.
We'll catch you again tomorrow. Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW. Live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. At the same time.